Everyone seems to know the score. They've seen Andrew do it all before. They just know, they're so sure. But Dim is here to even the score. It's the Excel World Championship. Who is going to win? It's the Excel World Championship. Who's going in the spreadsheet bin? It's the battle of the Titans, the best keyboard tappers in the land. They've all been training for this moment. Who's getting stuck in the function sand? It's the Excel World Championship. Who is going to win? It's the Excel World Championship. Who's going in the spreadsheet bin? Excel on the shirt, Leanne is on a win streak, Jack is on the hunt. Will Vegas be her new peak? It's the Excel World Championship. Who is going to win? It's the Excel World Championship. Who's going in the spreadsheet bin? Excel on the shirt, Leanne is on a win streak, Jack is on the hunt. Will Vegas be her new peak? It's the Excel World Championship. Who is going to win? It's the Excel World Championship. Who's going in the spreadsheet bin?
It's time for the Microsoft Excel World Championship. Welcome, welcome, everybody, welcome. And whether you're a formula fanatic, a pivot table pro, it's easy for me to say, or maybe you're just, strolling around Las Vegas, decide to kick in for the thrills, welcome, welcome, welcome. You are here to witness these Excel wizards battle it out in the quarterfinal round to get on through to the semifinals. And they're going to do some really cool lightning fast puzzle solving. I'm super excited. So let's just go ahead and jump right in, figure out who our champion is going to be. Oh, hey, by the way, my name's Joey Snow. It's nice to see you all.
And I am Jennifer Magley, professional MC and super fan of Microsoft Excel World Championships. And welcome to the HyperX Arena here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Now, this next person that I get to introduce is a mastermind. He's a visionary. He's the reason that we are all here today. The CEO and founder, you better stand to your feet, of the Microsoft Excel World Championships. Stand to your feet, give it a round of applause to Andrew Grigorionovich.
Thank you for this warm welcome. Amazing. Thank you, guys. So exciting to see the full room today, and we're only at the quarterfinals. So I'm a bit upset in a sense that, like, when we started 2 years ago, it was only 16 people to semifinals. That was it, one day. Now, it's 64 people competing in this room. 8 other are through to the finals tomorrow. So 72 people are eligible to play, and we are missing people like Jakob, last year's third place winner. We're missing Benny, last year's student champion. I mean, the competition is so tough. So many new big names have appeared. So many strong names have joined. So many strong minds have joined this competition. I'm so amazed. Good luck to you guys. It's going to be amazing 2 days. If you didn't make it to the quarterfinal round, you have the co-pilot challenge to take part in. So sign up and play there. If you did qualify, sign up after these matches and train for the next ones. I also wanted to say thank you for the sponsors that made the whole thing possible. So thank you to our supporters from Sheetcast, from Order.co, from the CFA Institute, from Data Rails, Asus, and of course to the title sponsor of the event, Microsoft. And I would like to welcome Joe McDade, Principal PM Manager of Microsoft, for the welcome speech.
Wow. I'm Joe from the Microsoft Excel team, and we couldn't be more excited to support the brilliant competitors today. We're about to see speed, creativity, drama, and some truly ridiculous spreadsheet wizardry. This is the best of the best, problem solving at a world-class level. May the best player win.
Thank you, Joe. Well, we've got 2 games of quarterfinal action to turn the field of 64 to just 16, fighting for $61,000. I mean, Joey, we can't do this alone. So who are some of our friends?
Absolutely not.
That we want to thank?
So Andrew mentioned some of our sponsors, and he mentioned this really cool thing. It's called the Microsoft 365 Co-Pilot Challenge. Hey, Excel fans. Do we have any Excel fans? No? Okay, sorry. Don't leave all the players here in Vegas have all the fun. You can jump in from the comfort of your own home with the Microsoft 365 Co-Pilot Challenge. Runs December 1st through December 3rd alongside of the Microsoft Excel World Championship. So here's the play. Use Copilot in Excel, yes, including agent mode, to solve a specially designed esports style case that was built just for this challenge. Save the prompts that you've used and then submit them online. It's fast, it's creative, and it shows how Copilot turns your ideas into answers. 5 winners will score a year of Microsoft 365 Premium with Copilot, plus an Excel Guru yearly membership. Now, folks, unfortunately, it's only open to US entries only. I know, boo. It's okay. If you're ready to jump in, just scan the QR codes that are around the arena or head to excel-esports.com. Don't just watch, play along wherever you are, and join us in the Microsoft 365 Co-Pilot Challenge.
I absolutely love that. Do we have any other sponsors that we want to give a little shout out
So
to?
just a quick shout out again, Microsoft, Asus, OA Robot, all the folks that Andrew mentioned there. All of the sponsors, because we don't do this without them.
We love it. Okay, so Joey, fill us in here. How did we get to this point?
All right, we're going to set the Wayback Machine, and we're going to go back almost an entire year where from around the globe, there's been lots of competitions. We've had over 256 players battling through to get to the Las Vegas venue here through online playoffs. Last chance, somebody came in last chance just last night. So right up to the last minute, we've narrowed it down to the 64 elite competitors right here in the HyperX Arena. They're about ready to battle it out. And you know what? I think it's time to start battling.
You know it is. It's about that time to start battling. But before we dive into today's battles, let's take a look back and see what happened yesterday.
All right, everybody, here we go. I need all of your help. I need the noise. This is how we do Las Vegas starting at 9 o'clock every evening. We're going to make some noise. We're going to bring out our players. Everybody, let's give it up. Let's start now from the UK. It's Ha Dong. Look at that.
Incredible. Our second athlete tonight out of South Africa is the one, the only, Michael van Skalkwyk.
Coming to us all the way from India, Aditya Kumar, The Rock.
Bringing the fire, bringing the heat, all the way from Chile, it's Miriam Gayete.
All right, everybody, it's time to hide the poutine and get your process going. From Canada, Adam Carter.
Coming straight in from a flight all the way from New Zealand, it's Timothy Shue.
Our next contestant, and this is special, for the first time, a player making it from this country, Japan, makes the Las Vegas premiere. Give it up for Daisuke Yamada.
Following that, we've got a competitor here all the way from China. His name is Ben Gucher.
From Germany, give it up, make it loud for Jean Volley.
From Indonesia, they mean business. That can only be Calvin Lim.
Now bringing it from Brazil, let's give it up for Washington, Dima Kelly.
And last year, this competitor gave one of the best post-competition interviews that I saw right here from the good old US of A. It's Eric Ashton! Love to see it. Well, the Excel World Championship case is a challenge. And it is a challenge that, frankly, is out of this world. Let's check out the case video.
Welcome to the 2025 Microsoft Excel World Championship. We are glad to present you the case, Vlooky Tour, designed by Andrew Grigalunovich, the founder of FMWC. Vlooky is a little dwarf who is very passionate about working in a mine. Recently, he discovered a new board game, Vlooky Tour, in which he must build and navigate a system of tunnels inside a mine, pathing his way towards valuable resources. He enjoys playing the game with his French cousin, Vlooky Tour, coincidentally named after the game, who tries to prevent Vlooky from reaching the resources. The game board is created by the players, placing tiles onto the grid of cells. We are joining Vlooky and Vlooky Tour mid-game, when they have already created a game board. Vlooky's objective is to move through the tunnels in the mine from the entrance to one of the further edges and gather valuable resources. The full list of game tiles is provided in the Tiles tab. There are tunnel tiles for building tunnels and resource tiles that Vlooky needs to collect. Each resource tile is worth a specific number of coins. For each tunnel tile, you are given its list of connections corresponding to the top left, bottom right sides. For example, for this tile, the connections are 1011, meaning that this tile would connect with other tiles from the top, bottom, and right, but not from the left. The case has 140 questions of 7 levels of difficulty and 5 bonus questions. Plan your strategy wisely. Good luck.
Yes, welcome back, Andrew.
Yeah?
What an opportunity here. Please share a little bit about the case.
Well, it was so well explained by the animation, actually. Not too much to add. Probably the most important thing you guys need to understand is like how those ones and zeros translate into connections. So it's top, left, bottom, and then right. And if you've mastered that, I believe the case is going to be flowing pretty easy for you. Just like most
He
of my
says
cases.
pretty easy for you. The audience laughs for those of you at home who haven't heard.
And then you have this big, mine and labyrinth that you need to navigate through and to see what's going to be the shortest route. As easy as that. Yeah, there was another level in my mind I wanted to make, but that turned out to be like, I couldn't solve it myself, so I decided not to do that.
I love it. Players, what questions do we have for Andrew?
Any questions?
I heard why.
It was inspired by a very, very nice game. We enjoyed playing at that back with the colleagues who create the whole event here. So yeah, that's why.
Very, very cool. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you very much. We're going to see you later for game number 2. In the meantime, hey, friends, let's be real. I've got a favorite Excel function. F1, help, because I can't really do anything else. And you know, we're going to need some help to get this whole show kicked off. We're going to need some experts to assist us in breaking down the action. Throw it up to the booth and welcome John and Kampura and Tim Hung.
Thank you, Joey and Jennifer. We'll be happy to be your F1 button today. Tim, we're getting ready for the quarterfinals today. We have 64 players on the floor today with 12 that we'll be watching. What are you excited to see today?
Oh, look, this is going to be a very interesting battle. This is the first chance that a lot of these players have to show what they can do. They've got 2 chances today. This is the first game. Get some points on the board. It's, as Andrew said before, it's a cutthroat competition. There's been a high number of seeds who've been knocked out, who are legendary people in the game. Let's see what these guys can do.
Yeah, we've already had some losses here, and the carnage is going to begin. Andrew made a joke that this is going to be easy. I don't think this is going to be easy.
See, I'm wondering where case question number 8 was that Andrew couldn't solve.
Yeah, yeah, we'll have to save that one for the bar. But right now, our competitors are reviewing the case. They're getting their final look at the case, and we're going to count down in just a few seconds here. So audience, be ready. We're going to need your help to count this thing in once we get going. But right now, they are, as we see our competitors here, we already see some pretty serious faces.
Game face on.
Yeah, game face
Getting
on.
ready.
What's going through their minds right now, Tim?
Oh, look, I can only imagine, right? This is a huge stage to play on. Most of these players who will be competing today and tomorrow are people who've competed online only. They've not competed in front of a camera. So, I mean, for the folks on stage, it's going to be a bit of a challenge, a bit of extra pressure.
Well, let's get that pressure on. All right, audience, we're going to need your help. We're going to count it down. We're going to start at 5. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excel. There we go. Okay, so just in a second here, we're going to jump to our competitor screens. They're still reviewing the case a little bit, but we are going to see. Here we go. We're starting off with Ha. I really liked Ha's intro there with the belt down the tunnel. That was pretty impressive.
That's right. He's stolen one of Giles's fur coats, which is great.
But discarded it halfway through for the belt. That was cool. So it looks like Ha is looking at this list here of these tunnel pieces. This is pretty cool how this tunnel is mapped out. We saw it at the beginning with the case animation video. But before he gets to the tunnel, level 1, it looks like Ha is going for level 1 here. And relatively simple. What's he doing here, Tim?
So the first thing he did as soon as he hopped in the game was convert the inputs into tables, right? That's just to make it easier to refer to in calculations. That way you can just have references that you can just copy down. You don't need to worry about moving them around. You can refer to things really easily, so it just saves some time, a little bit of investment to start off with.
Yeah, it looks like we have some early points on the board with Ben, Gene, and Ha, all with 80. Oh, and Calvin as well. So this, as Andrew said, these first levels, these competitors at this level are going to get through these fairly quickly and put some points on the board pretty quick. We do have the bonuses in play, though, so that is something we'll look out for to see if anyone goes for the bonus points.
That's right. You can see Adam Carter and Washington have both scored 35 points. That would be for the first bonus question, I imagine.
Okay, so smart strategy to go after those first, possibly. We never know, as we're seeing the detail here. Also, looking down to level 2 now. So he's got level 1 cleared. You can see that at the bottom right corner. He's got level 1 cleared, and now looking at level 2. Level 2 brings these tunnel tiles in. What are these tunnel tiles, Tim? Those floating in the cell there.
These tunnel tiles, these are amazing. These are Unicode characters, right? So Andrew's done some great digging work to try and find different characters to make this map that he's created for us. And each one of these basically represents, the direction that Lucky can go in this mine. I think it's great. I think it's good fun to have all these different characters. We've got all the different resources as well that you can see on screen at the moment. So I think it's amazing that Andrew finds all these and digs them up himself out of the code.
Yeah, very cool. We took a look at Miriam there, still trying to get points on the board in level 1, and now we're jumping over to Adam. Adam is doing well with 115 points. Currently in 24th. The reason also we're seeing those numbers on the leaderboard, not just seeing our top 12, is because, like we said before, we have 64 players on the floor there. So we're going to see different leaders at different times, and that's why we have those numbers next to them.
That's right. Our player number 5, Adam Carter, has taken the lead on 215 points, which is great. The next 5 seem to have got about 180 points, so they've solved a couple of the levels. And then Washington solved the bonus in the first level, and a whole bunch of people have solved the first level.
Yeah, and we can also see them put in their scores into the score sheet. So if you haven't watched this before, you'll notice the players flip over to a black screen, and they have to post their answers in a score sheet to get scored. So it adds an additional element here, additional task to their already challenging list of tasks.
Absolutely. For a lot of these players, though, if they've not played online, they're not used to getting feedback, I think. My understanding is that for a lot of players, when they post answers online, what they'll find is they won't know if they've got it right. Whereas now, in this live sort of environment, they get feedback, they get told which answers are getting how many questions are getting answered correctly. They can see it on the scoreboard as well. They can see how many points they've got. And that kind of gives away whether they've got something right or whether they need to fix up problems that they've made.
Yeah, so we're seeing Daisuke here on level 3. This is where things get interesting to me. Andrew, the case author, has still labeled this as an easy level. But things definitely get a little more challenging here because you have to find pairs between the two or if two pieces continue on horizontally, right, from left to right.
That's right. You can see them breaking apart the code that Andrew's given them, this 1-1-0-0 sort of code. Those are essentially the directions for all the connectors, right? So if there's a 1, that means that the pipe goes up, or 0 means it doesn't go up, right? And so each of those numbers represents up, left, down, and right. Now, one of the things that I know people are going to struggle with here, and I can see it on Ben's screen right now, he's taken that code of 1100 to start off with, and he has converted that split that into 4 characters, which is what I imagine most people will do.
Yeah.
I know one of the things that when you split a number, what you'll find is that it comes out as text. And so if you forget that, essentially, and you leave it as text, you're going to find that they're not equal to numbers. They're not things that you can just check to see, is this 1? Well, no, 1 is different when it's text or if it's a number, right, in Excel. And so that's going to catch a lot of people out when they play around with this.
Yeah, so we're taking a look at Gene's screen. That's a great point. Gene is through level 3, working on level 4 already. So out to a good start here, a good lead as well, with just 5 minutes gone. Really working through this, cruising through it. So there we see Gene. He's just rocking out, just going.
I wonder if they're listening to music while they're playing.
Yeah, or beforehand, right? I know with those tunnel runs, they were pumped.
That's it.
Yeah, I don't know who gets the award for that tonight, but we'll have to figure that out.
I saw Gene doing before. He identified the 4 different directions. So he's got the right, down, up, and left arrows, which is labeled as 4, 3, 1, and 2. And that's actually an interesting thing. He's put them out of order. So if you see the numbers that were given to us originally, like 1, 1, 0, 0, that's up, left, down, and right. And so he's got the numbers there on the side. But for me personally, I'd probably put them in the right order in the first place. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, just make it easier because this level adds an additional layer of complexity with those arrows to tell you which direction VLooky is going to.
Exactly. You want to make it as simple as possible and reduce the amount of work that you have to do in the future, so you don't have to keep adapting your formulae to cater for the way that you've laid things out.
By the way, if you're watching online, comment if it should be pronounced V-looky or Vlooky? Because I don't know, and I'm calling it V-looky. You let us know. As you can see there, the Unicode character there again. So he has to figure out if if essentially that makes a tunnel with a connecting piece, and then giving it a direction. And once V-looky runs into a wall, then the next direction is applied, right?
Exactly. So you can see the numbers next to that sort of equals pipe that goes left and right, 0, 1, 0, 1. So 0 means there's no pipe that leads up to the top, and then the 1 in the second position means there is a pipe that leads to the left, and that's what they're looking for right now. Do these pipes have connectors on the left and the right-hand side of this and the next pipe? Yeah.
Incredible. And the other thing is here, not only do they have to solve that once, but they have to copy this down 20 rows.
That's right.
So how do they apply that logic down?
And it gets harder, right? Because the way you apply it in the first round, the first question that applies it, question 3, it gets harder in question 4, question 5, question 6, and so on. So if people have been sort of reading ahead and they're trying to get as many points as possible, then they're probably looking ahead to see how are they going to need to use this in future questions, and trying to set up the way that they answer this question with half a mind as to how is that going to help them solve the next question as well.
Yeah, that's always something to consider. You really have to read the instructions and review future levels to see how you set this up.
That's right.
We can see Eric has his data table there. What if? He's got all kinds of stuff. How did he add all of that to the spreadsheet?
Well, you see what he's done. He's actually created additional sheets here.
Yeah.
The actual case itself, the question is in this red sheet on the left-hand side, but he's created all these green sheets. He's actually split out all of the questions and put them in a separate sheet so he's got more space to solve them and doesn't get in the way. It means that you can have formulae that spill down and don't crash into other questions and cause errors. So it's actually a clever thing to do to keep it separate. It's nice.
Yeah, very interesting. And you can see we have at least Adams on the top right now. He's in 6th place with 315 points. Again, we have our 12 competitors on the stage that we're looking at, but 64 total on the floor. So we're going to bring you those scores at the end of the round. So hang tight for that.
That's right. It's worth noting that the 12 on stage that we can see cameras for and see the screens of, those are the top 12 seeded players in this quarterfinals. And so far, only one of them is actually on the top of the scoreboard. So
yeah,
everyone else is further down the ranks.
Yeah, so it's very interesting that we only have one up there right now. But we'll see how this pans out with the monster formula that Adam has here. This let function, relatively new function in Excel. What's he using let for here, Tim?
That's a very good question. One of the problems with let is that it's a very big function, right? You can see as he's going into the formula, there's a lot of rows there. So when you're just looking on the outside, it's hard to see in the formula bar because all you see is that first line, let of this. But then there are 10 other lines in there that help us tell what is actually going on under the hood.
Yeah, he's definitely flying through this. And you can see the the keys that he's using on the right side of the screen as well. If you're wondering what's flashing on the right side there, those are his keys and his shortcuts. So obviously at this level, you got to be fast.
That's right. A lot of the pro competition, they try and use keyboard shortcuts because they're generally faster than using the mouse. Not always, and so there are times when you want to use the mouse, just find something quickly and grab something. So the quickest way possible, you do what you have to do. But people joke about memes about how professional financial modelers will unplug their mice or cut the mice cords and use that to practice. They'll pull out the F1 key out of their keyboard so they don't accidentally hit it when they're hitting escape. All sorts of tricks that they use to try and get better and get faster.
Yeah, as we see Gene with another monster formula here. He's still rocking out. He's having a good time and doing well. He's got 280 points. Sitting 24th right now. But one other thing to mention here is this is just quarterfinal number 1. We are going to see all 64 players in quarterfinal 2.
That's right. No one's getting knocked out of this round. So in some respects, the pressure is off a little bit because if someone scores badly here, they have a chance to make it back up in the next game.
Yeah, it's a really good point. It's a bit of a warm-up round. However, I don't think when it comes down to the wire, you're going to want to be chilling on this one. You want to put everything you got into each of these, and I know our players are doing that.
That's right, that's right.
You see Ben riding a 2-row split char. He's got it all here.
That's it.
Trying to figure out these arrow directions on level 4. I think this one is probably slowing people down as we see that our scores have really not increased much yet. Ben's through level 3, no bonuses.
Now, I want to highlight something about the previous screen we saw. He was doing all the calculations across one line. And that differed from one of the earlier screens where we saw calculations going over multiple lines, right? Yeah. And so because all the questions are given to you one row at a time, if you can do all the calculations across one line, then you just fill it down, right? You just copy the formula over and over again, 20 rows, nice and easy. But for a lot of players, they'll find that too constricting, right? You can't fit that many calculations in one line without running out of space and without just running out of visibility of what you're seeing.
Yeah.
So in that sense, it's actually better almost to do the calculations, do what you need to do. And a lot of people use tools like data tables, which we'll probably see later on, in order to replicate those, the answers to all the questions simultaneously.
So all the calculations, they can just repeat down the rows. Yeah, so we're looking at Michael here with 215 points, still working through, looks like level 3 here as well. It's trying to figure out the directions, the key pairs. Now you can see he's pacing in some answers correct, some not. So still something.
Level 4, I think. You can see
level
down
4,
the
yeah.
bottom,
Oh,
for those people who are following along, down the bottom of the screen, you'll see how many questions they've answered correctly, as represented by a green circle with the tick. And you can see there's sort of like a little pie chart for level 4. And what that white part of the pie tells us is what percentage of the questions they've got right. So here we can see he had about 80% of the questions right. We can see Calvin's got about a third of the level 3 questions right.
Yeah.
Now this is an interesting thing. Calvin's looking ahead to level 4 as he was looking, and that's always a dangerous thing when it comes to these sorts of challenges, right? Because all these levels build up from one another. You learn a set of skills or a way of looking at the case in question 1 and then move on to question 2. It builds up a little bit harder. Question 3 builds up a little bit harder. But a lot of that learning you need to take forward into subsequent levels. And so if you find that you don't have a complete solution for the first few levels, then you don't have your fundamentals right. And so when you try and answer the next set of questions, you're going to get a whole bunch of them wrong because your assumption that your formula works is false, right? It doesn't work.
And you then have to spend time figuring that out to then work through the future levels. So we're seeing Miriam here, 185 points, working through level 3. Got partial score on level 3, but still trying to figure that one out.
But you know what surprises me? 185 points is still in the top 16 at the moment, or in the top 12, whatever we've got on the screen.
Yeah.
And so there is a lot of space for people to try and catch up, I guess.
Yeah, great point. Yeah, with 420, Gene's in 11th, Adam's in 10th with 427. So we do have some players out there.
Yeah.
And the other top 12 that we're going to see next round are currently on the floor. So we're not seeing some of our top competitors there, like Dearmid Early. He's on the floor. We don't see him yet, but we will see him. If you're a Dearmid fan, we will see him in the next quarterfinal, number 2.
That's it.
Yeah.
Now, I do wonder whether there's a little bit of gamesmanship going on here, right?
How so?
Because all the people have to get their points by submitting answers and copying them into the website, right? But just because they've solved it in Excel doesn't mean they have to submit their answers.
Very true.
And so, people could be sandbagging here right now. They could be, deliberately keeping a low score or just not putting their answers in, and just like suddenly getting 1,000 points by getting it straight away, copying all the answers through. It's risky because if you make a mistake, then you don't get that feedback straight away, right? I suppose what they could do, they could copy answers in and then delete the answers afterwards. You can try and cheat that way, but I personally would rather see how I'm going in the moment. And
as we saw we saw the scoreboard there flash just a second. It looked like Dearmid was in the lead with 540 points. So you're right. If sandbagging might not be the strategy here, it could be risky. But as we see Timothy working through a giant spilled array here, trying to figure out what's going on with level 3. Got one answer right. Oh, now we're moving over to Adita. also with 280 points, working on level 4. So level 4 has really slowed the competitors down.
That's right.
Which is a tough one. And Andrew kind of alluded to that at the beginning. He said the first few are going to be easy. He kind of thought it was all going to be easy, but that's Andrew.
Well, I mean, Aditya is on level 4. Level 4 is the first medium category of question. So it stands to reason that question 4 is where people are starting to fail.
Yeah.
Aditya as well, he has competed twice now. Like, this is his second round tonight because he also competed in the MECC about an hour ago, thereabouts.
Yeah, that's true.
So by the time he gets to the next case, he's actually going to have competed 3 times tonight. So, there's got to be a fatigue factor somewhere in there as well.
Yeah, you would think. I mean, these guys are superhuman, but you would think that would wear on you, especially in Las Vegas, where we're at now. As we see Daisuke working on level 4 as well. Really liked his tunnel run. Cool to have our first Japanese player here. And now we're looking at Gene. Gene's still rocking. He's rocking. And got some interesting symbols there in the cells.
Have a look. He's on 701 points. So there's an example of someone who has sandbagged a little bit and suddenly jumped up, right?
Yeah.
He's got 4 questions right, which is great. He's got a partial solve on question 5, which is interesting because he's got like just over half of question 5, but he's solved almost all of question 6. That's surprising to me. Like, normally you'd find that you get a half solve in question 5, you get a quarter solve in question 6.
So he's really just trying to put points on the board here. It's kind of his strategy. Just keep going. And I feel like that's his energy right now. He's just going. Yep. He's on a train.
Well, you see what he's doing right now. He's trying to solve question 7 right now. So even though he doesn't have full solutions on questions 5 and 6, doesn't care. Just move on, try and get points for question 7. Obviously, those question 7s are worth more than all the other questions. So if he can solve that, that's great.
Look at that name manager. Look at all those named ranges. And also, if you're watching at home and wondering about some of these functions that you're not familiar with the names of, our players are mostly playing in their local language as well. So we'll see some different languages for some of the functions so that they're not all necessarily lambdas. Although in Excel, we have the lambda feature where you can create your own functions too, and our players do use those. So.
That's right. I was going to say not all the functions are just international languages. A lot of them are just interestingly named functions.
Yes.
People have brought their own lambdas to the competition, so they can, as part of the preparation before the comp, copy on a file that contains all of their lambdas so that they're working in the sort of space that they're comfortable working. So it's interesting to see what lambdas people have decided to bring in.
Yeah, you can really create your own Excel now with your own functions, your own lambdas, and I like how you said it, be comfortable in your own environment.
That's right.
Within this massive application. As we see Adam there we go. Got some scores there. Adam's still partially level 4, but got all of level 5 right, and a bonus. So that's doing pretty well with 547 points in 8th place currently. Gene's still out in front with 700 points. We're seeing Adam now read through level 6. So level 6 is again another kind of step in the complexity of this, is he now has to figure out where VLOOKI is going to end on the map, all the way down to get a resource, right? This to me is way more challenging.
Absolutely. I was just looking at the scoreboard, and what I've realized, I've made a mistake here. What we're seeing in the scoreboard, in terms of the live people there, are actually the people that are on the stage. So those are the 12 folks that we can see. And so we've got scores that range from 700 down to 185 on the stage, which is great. What's going to be interesting for me is when we zoom out to the 64 players and see how does a score of 701 actually compare to the top players who are on the floor as well.
Yeah, very good point. Yeah, we're not seeing everything yet. So we will catch you up on those scores at the end of this round as we're watching Miriam here on level 3. Again, a pretty monstrous formula. And now looking at Eric. Eric looks like about to score some points here. Let's see if Eric can score level 7. That's going to be, does not get him right. You can see the red X's there.
X's, yeah.
Yeah, something's wrong there. But still, the fact that he's trying, that's going to definitely boost him up. Level 7 is worth 240 points. So if he can get that, Looks like he's just trying to get some points on the board with just over 8 minutes to go. There's still plenty of time. He's bypassed level. Oh, now we're seeing.
I think we've just missed it. All the X's turned into green circles there. So he's managed to solve all the level 6s. Which is pretty cool.
Okay, there we go.
Or
So now he's
maybe deleted the level 6s. I don't know.
God, one score there on level 7. Okay. Amazing. I like that he's taken the time to add some formatting here with some colors. Like that's probably helps with organization.
See, that's an interesting point, right? Because for a lot of competitors, they will just get rid of styling, get rid of color when they're performing because they feel that they want to try and move as quickly as possible, right?
Yeah.
And I like the fact that people make the effort to name their cells properly, to provide some headings, to put some color in and help themselves understand, give them the best chance of understanding what they're doing under pressure. Because one of the biggest challenges with these sorts of things is that you get in there, you're doing all these calculations, and you're moving on to the next section. You want to reuse something that you've done before. And you just can't remember which part of the sheet, which part of your calculation is the relevant thing that you need to work. And so if you don't label it, if you don't color code it, make it work for you, then it can be really hard in the future if you're trying to reuse things.
Yeah, great point. Like what you were talking about earlier with just building on each of these levels. You have to go back and reuse some of your formulas, build it out. Still some interesting periods there in his calculation. So something not right there with Eric, but 516 points, now down to 18th place there. Just trying to bump up his score. Bypassed level 6. Now we're seeing Timothy. Timothy's got 293 points.
He's got a couple of points to level 4, a couple of points to level 5.
Yeah. It really tells you how challenging this case is with just a couple points here and there. Again, these are our top players. Of course, we're going to see our top 8 tomorrow in the semifinals, but still some of our top players in the world competing here.
That's
and
it.
Tells you how challenging this case is.
So it's probably worth noting what they're all playing for, right? These 2 games, right? We're gonna combine the scores of these 2 games. So this is game 1, which finishes in 6 minutes. We're gonna have game 2 shortly after that. Combine the scores together, and the top 16 are gonna make it through to the semifinals tomorrow. They're gonna be split into 2 groups of 12. They're gonna compete against each other. Half of them are gonna get knocked out, and 12 are gonna make it through to the finals.
Yeah, so it should be interesting. So we're going to jump to quarterfinal 2 after this first quarterfinal. So stick it around for that because after quarterfinal 2, we will know who is moving on to day 3 here for the semifinals.
That's right.
As we're seeing Adam here with 547 points.
So you can see what Adam's doing there. He's moved away from the main questions and he's looking to answer the bonus questions. Oh no, he's going back to level 4 now. Before he was trying to answer some of the bonus questions before.
Yeah, which are in total worth 250 points. Now, with some of those, it's probably going to be beneficial to solve some of the other levels first before going for the bonuses.
Well, a lot of the time the bonuses relate to specific questions, right?
Yeah.
So if you haven't answered the question up to that point, then you don't know what the bonus actually means even. In this case, I think the bonuses are fairly straightforward, and so you can make an attempt at them pretty early on.
You just have to balance the time, right? It's just
That's
just a risk to invest the time in them for relatively small points. Total, like we said, 250, but...
Well, I mean, we've got 4.5 minutes left, right? If you find yourself getting stuck on one of these problems, it's a difficult thing to be able to take a step back and say, look, I'm not making any progress here. I need to either move on to a different question or I need to go off and try and answer bonus questions. Just do something to try and break out of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can see what Eric is doing here, though. He's actually just taking numbers and applying them to all the answers, copying them into the answer sheet, and seeing if he's getting any ticks.
Even close.
And
right?
so just randomly trying different results there, because you can see he's entered a 9 in all of those cells. Some of them might be ticks, some of them might be crosses. If he gets a tick, maybe he records that and says, "Hey, I'm going to keep that for afterwards."
Yeah. Now we're taking a look at Gene. Is just in the zone. Got level 7 completely done. Now maybe working on some bonuses. 967 points.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
I can't believe you can solve level 7 without getting full points on level 5 and 6. Like, I find that really impressive.
Yeah, you're right. That's interesting that he just went for it and could probably go back and, of course, get those points too. And I'm not sure if he's doing that or if he's going for bonus.
I don't know if it's worth it. Like, level 5 is only worth like 120 points. So he's only left 50 points on the table there. The bonus questions are actually probably better value for him. Yeah.
Yeah, good point.
Good play.
Yeah. Yeah, as we see Gene with just under 3 minutes to go now. Getting close. Gene's over 1,000 points. Got some monster formulas here. Oh, he is going back. Looks like he's going back to, that looks like level, wait, maybe check, oh, level 6. Going back to level 6 as we see Dasuke working on that. Very cool VLOOKY Mine map.
I do like the map.
Yeah.
Yep. One of the things we're going to see about the cases, or that we have seen with the cases, is that they are amazing in terms of how inventive and how creative they are. The way this competition started was very much a case of here's a business problem, try and solve a business problem, right? And so what I love about it, about Excel generally, is the fact that you can use the same techniques and the same tools, not just to solve things for finance or accounting or engineering. You can use it to solve interesting problems, right? And so whether it's cases like these or whether it's just things you find in day-to-day life, I think it's great. Excel is a great tool for this sort of stuff.
Yeah, I completely agree. It really kind of highlights the imagination that you can have with Excel when you look at something like this. You would never think of this being a spreadsheet that would also solve problems or that you'd use in your day-to-day life. But it is pretty cool that these players can take all of their skills and knowledge from that financial modeling background maybe and apply them to these kinds of cases with 90 seconds to go. Again, this is quarterfinal number 1. Stick around because we have quarterfinal number 2 coming up next. No eliminations just yet, but we will have some eliminations after quarterfinal 2. As we can see, Gene has crushed it here. He's out in first place with 1,000 points. We'll also be bringing you the entire leaderboard for quarterfinal number 1 of all 64 players to see how this shakes out. And like you said, Tim, this is going to be additive to quarterfinal number 2 scores.
That's right. Here comes the round between, everybody.
Okay.
Round between, the Hail Mary of Excel Esports, right?
Our sport, for sure.
When you don't know what the answer is, you just take a punt, give it a shot, copy it in, and look, one of them is right. There you go.
There we go.
Right.
Now just kind of guessing, just seeing if we can get something here. Calvin, with just a few seconds, just over 30 seconds left. Calvin's got 460 points right now. I think working through maybe 6 or 7. Just going to do some ram between. And it's probably smarter if you're going to do ram between. Why not do it on the level with the most points? Right?
Yeah, absolutely. And look, the game, Andrew's created a bunch of hints to give you some idea. Game 1 to 1 hint in the top left is an answer between 110, 120. So if you're going to ram between, choose those numbers to ram between, right? Don't waste time choosing random numbers outside that.
Yeah, very good. All right, audience, we're going to need your help and count it down in 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. You see Gene cruised into the win there.
Well, win on stage, right?
Yeah,
win on stage.
on
We
stage
don't
with the
know
pressure
how
on.
everyone on the floor has gone. So we're going to find that out shortly once all the scores are collated. But of the 12, took the W there. That's great.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this shakes out with all of our competitors. See some handshakes there, which is cool. All of our competitors.
That's right.
Did a great job, especially being on stage. It's not easy.
Okay. So, I mean, it's worth noting that the 12 who are on stage right now, the 12 who were seeded for this particular quarterfinals. But we've got a lot of really strong players on the ground, right? So you mentioned Dim a couple of times. Dim has been a top competitor in these sorts of events, in these esports events. So it'll be interesting to see how he and all the others on the floor have performed.
Yeah, well, let's check it out. We have the scores ready, so let's see how everyone performed. All right, here's a nice spreadsheet for us to look at. We knew Gene was in first place, Jeremy in second place, Jasper in third, and Jack in fourth. Again, and Dearman in fifth. Okay. And again, this is quarterfinal number 1. So we're going to take these scores and add it to quarterfinal number 2. You can see we have a column there for game 2.
That's exactly it. So, I mean, if you look all the way down to 16th place, which is Tim Froeck, he has 651 points. So that's sort of the cutoff at the moment. That's the marker to beat in round 2, right?
Yeah, very good point. But again, obviously with Gene out with 1,000 points in game 1 and our top 3 there, that's really going to help them have confidence going into game 2.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And I think we're going to be bringing game 2 to you shortly. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back for game 2.
Sounds good. We'll see you then.
Welcome to the future of XL Esports. The XL Esports online platform is here. For the first time ever, you can play XL Esports anytime, anywhere. Practice solo, battle with friends, or challenge players worldwide. Dive into legendary XL Esports cases, epic collabs to fan-favorite puzzles. Track your progress, climb the leaderboard, and level up your skills. This is your arena. Sign up today at playxlesports.com.
If you're looking to grow your business, worrying about having the right supplies and products in stock without overspending or wasting time shouldn't be on your to-do list. Order.co provides the easiest way to purchase and pay for everything your business needs, keeping operations running smoothly and your team focused on what matters most.
seems to know the score. They've seen Andrew do it all before. They just know, they're so sure. But Dim is here to even the score. It's the XL World Championship. Who is going to win? It's the XL World Championship. Who's going in the spreadsheet bin? It's the battle of the Titans, the best keyboard tappers in the land. They've all been training for this moment. Who's getting stuck in the function sand? It's the XL World Championship. Who is going to win? It's the XL World Championship. Who's going in the spreadsheet bin? XL on the shirt, Leanne is on a win streak, Jack is on the hunt. Will Vegas be her new peak? It's the XL World Championship. Who is going to win? It's the XL World Championship. Who's going in the spreadsheet bin? XL on the shirt, Leanne is on a win streak, Jack is on the hunt. Will Vegas be her new peak? It's the XL World Championship. Who is going to win? It's the XL World Championship. Who's going in the spreadsheet bin?
Welcome to the future of XL Esports. The XL Esports online platform is here. For the first time ever, you can play XL Esports anytime, anywhere. Practice solo, battle with friends, or challenge players worldwide. Dive into legendary XL Esports cases, epic collabs to fan-favorite puzzles. Track your progress, climb the leaderboard, and level up your skills. This is your arena. Sign up today at playxlesports.com.
If you're looking to grow your business, worrying about having the right supplies and products in stock without overspending or wasting time shouldn't be on your to-do list. Order.co provides the easiest way to purchase and pay for everything your business needs, keeping operations running smoothly and your team focused on what matters most. Cut costs and complexity with every order and visit Order.co today.
Hey! Welcome back, everybody. Well, we've refreshed, we've recalculated. We need to re-energize this room, though, people. Hello. Wow. catch up. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. It's all good. We are now doing round 2 or game 2 of the quarterfinals. It's time to start. The stakes are getting higher, the nerves even more. We were upstairs with some of the contestants, and they said, "What are you doing to us?" And you'll see when we get to the case video in just a moment.
100%. And remember that we combine the scores from game 1 with these scores to determine our top 16 that move on to the semifinals tomorrow and match up with the 8 elite players who have already secured a semifinal berth through their online rounds. Now, speaking of elite, did you know that we have 2 epic champions in our mix tonight?
Tell me more.
In the front row, we have Andrew Nye, the Annihilator. Give a round of applause. Incredible. And we also have the one, the only, Michael Jarman, champion last year. Round of applause over here.
Well, you know, let's keep that energy going.
Keep that energy going as we are going to bring out our next players. Joey, who do we got?
All right, are we ready? Let's bring them out. I want to hear lots of noise from our in-person audience. From the UK, give it up to Kareem Amanat, a.k.a. Dr. Kaza. The doctor is in the house.
I'm loving the shirt.
I need that shirt.
Next up, all the way from the Philippines, we've got Eljon Aureliosa.
You know what? Let's keep with the Philippines theme and go with Stevenson Yu.
Our next player is very proud of where they're from in Denmark. Please welcome Anders Richterlenden!
You know, not everybody knows his full name. In fact, I'm not even going to use it. From Ireland, let's give it up for Tim Hurley.
Coming to you next is one and only homegrown from the United States of America, Jack Franken!
From the Netherlands, give it up for Jasper Van Baal.
Joey, from what I heard, this next player has a lot of family here in town. From the good old US of A, it's Kobe Dombrowski.
Jennifer, he may have a lot of family in town, but our next contestant, I've seen signs in the stands. From the United States of America, give it up for Alexander Friedman.
Peep the custom coat. We love to see it. All right, all the way from Indonesia is Danendra Lohanata.
And last, but certainly not least, from the United States, Tim, not the tool man, Froelich.
Look at that jersey. And coming all the way from Indonesia is someone who's going by one name tonight, Aditya! Another round of applause here for all of our players.
All right, friends. Well, remember, we're going to combine the scores from Game 1 and Game 2 to get the scores to find out who we're moving on. But it's time to do a little bit of a V-lookup action and look at the next bit of our high-pressure challenge. Let's talk about the case.
Welcome to the 2025 Microsoft Excel World Championship. We are glad to present you the case, Jumbled Jigsaws, designed by Harry Gross from the UK. Oh no, a certain monkey has run all over your house looking for bananas and messed up your jigsaw puzzles. Quick, let's use Excel to fix them all. In the Puzzle 1 and Puzzle 2 tabs, you are provided with a list of puzzle pieces and the colors of each piece. Each piece of a jigsaw puzzle is denoted by a 4-number code. For example, 391, 850, 864, 513. These numbers denote this piece's edges at the top, left, bottom, and right. The top edge links to another piece of the puzzle with the bottom edge of the same number. The left edge links to another puzzle piece with the right edge of the same number. If the code is 0, it means that there is no piece on that side, border of the puzzle. In Puzzle 1, all the puzzle piece edge numbers are unique. In Puzzle 2, some of the edges are not unique. For example, there might be 2 pieces with the left edge number being 30. However, there is still only one way to solve the puzzle completely. Each puzzle piece is assigned a grayscale color value ranging from 0, black, to 255, white. When you complete the puzzle, paste the color values in the right order into the puzzle visualization tabs to see the full picture. Now go solve those jigsaws. Good luck!
All right, Andrew, welcome on back. We have to talk about this a little bit. I happened to be up in the room when some of these folks got the case form, and then listening to this audience, having seen this video, there's a lot of comments happening here. Talk a little more about this case.
Only one thing I can tell here. Harry Gross, the author of this case, he's a genius. So, yeah. You know, all the other strong players are here in the audience. Like many of them, like some of them, they have not been able to come, and we are thankful in a similar way, in some way, because that's how we can get some cases for the finals. I don't have to write all the cases for that myself. So yeah, pretty exciting case study. Nothing too difficult in the beginning.
I'm sorry, nothing too difficult.
I was testing it myself, so I enjoyed that. Yeah. So yeah, but I heard some emotions here in the audience. That's when people heard about, like, yeah, some of those puzzle pieces have, double or triple weight, matching parts. So anyway, you're gonna be figuring this out. It's gonna be good.
It's going to be a fantastic battle. Players, do we have any questions before we jump right on in? Anything? Anyone in the room?
One.
Why? This is the second one. We're only in the quarterfinals. Just stay tuned. More to come,
well,
right?
that's a question to Harry. Yeah, I hope he's awake right now. Harry, maybe you can write that in the YouTube chat. What do you think? Why? One additional message for bonus question 5. You're allowed to use internet search.
One more time.
Yeah, you're allowed to use internet search for bonus question 5. So when you put together, if the puzzle is good, okay, one additional comment. So when you're done with puzzle 2, you're going to see a picture. That's a pretty famous picture, pretty famous painting. So you will be asked something about that. So if you're not good in art, you might be willing to search that online.
So you can do some online search to answer said question.
Yes.
All right, sounds good. All right, friends. Well, there's no need to drag this cell any longer. We're going to head on up to the booth. We're going to say hello to John and Tim. Take it away, folks. Let's get this battle going.
Thank you, Joey. Well, we are ready for some carnage.
That's
And
right.
right now, our competitors are reviewing the case again.
That's right, and it can take they're going to need as much time as they can get to review this, right?
Yeah.
These cases are usually puzzles. They're not usually about puzzles, but this is a unique one, I think.
It is a
Yeah.
puzzle about a puzzle, yeah, with some interesting twists along the way. And one thing these competitors have to also do, which is kind of unique to this, Tim, is they kind of have to wash off quarterfinal number 1. Some of them did well, some didn't, and that can be frustrating. It might still be on their mind, but they got to put all of that past them.
That's right. There's no score that is insurmountable, so we need to see how they go. You're only as good as your last game, so
That's
see how
right.
we go.
Well, let's get it on. Audience, we're going to need your help. Let's count it down, all right? We're going to start 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excel! All right, here we go. We see our competitors looking intent on this case, trying to figure it out. Going to Kareem's screen first, making sure he's got the file open, getting a backup copy. That is one thing you also have to be aware of here is you could potentially, Excel could crash, you could maybe close it down accidentally and
Yeah,
wanna
definitely.
have a backup.
I mean, you could accidentally do something to the inputs, and look, Control Z, Control Z, undo basically.
Yeah.
It's not going to save you every single time. So making a backup copy is a really great idea. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, and as Andrew said, the first few levels, we are probably going to see points on the board pretty quick here, but it gets difficult in a hurry, as we'll see with this puzzle.
That's right. So they've got 2 puzzles here. The first puzzle is a much smaller piece. It's like 32 cells wide and 32 cells tall. The second puzzle is 128 cells wide and 128 cells tall. So it's like literally 16 times the size.
We're going from the little kid puzzle with the big pieces to the 1,000-piece spend a week on.
I mean, you think about 1,000 pieces, right? The first puzzle has 1,000 pieces.
That's true,
roughly.
yeah,
The
yeah,
second
right.
puzzle is closer to 16,000 pieces.
Amazing, yeah.
So they're in for something.
Yeah, as we're seeing Eljon figuring it out right now, representing the Philippines. We've got Jack and Dearman on the board early, along with Jasper as well. So got some points on the board. Quick points there. Looks like they scored level 1 already. Again, that's a fairly easy one. Just a quick kind of look up there.
That's right.
But again, with this case, Tim, as you can see on Eljon's screen, we have that series of numbers. And that series of numbers, first he's got to split that, because that is all of the edge piece identifications, I guess you'd call it. Not location, but really identification of the edge pieces, or of the piece's edge, I should say.
That's right, yeah. I mean, it's actually interesting that this case follows up the quarterfinal game 1, because a lot of the same concepts that you would use splitting up the pipes from the zeros and ones, you'd use a similar sort of tool here to try and split up the edge numbers of these pieces.
Yeah, we're seeing Stevenson also representing the Philippines here. Looking at level 1, looks like he's trying to do some splitting here. Got all his kind of locations split there. And the matching piece is going to come into play too, because not only do they have to split those, but then match them with the other pieces.
Yeah.
Interesting way to solve a puzzle. It's never really how you do it, but in this case here in Excel, it makes sense.
Well, I think it's actually about like just the questions they've asked to try and teach you the concepts and teach you the ideas. When it comes time to actually solving the puzzle itself, I think the first thing the question asks you to do is to solve one of the edge pieces, right? And so it's very similar to how you would actually solve a real life puzzle. So I think it's really cool. Yeah.
Good point. Yeah, find all the edges first. That's always my strategy.
Now, tactically, I find it interesting that people have gone for bonus questions first. So we can see Alexander, we see Anders going for bonus questions 1 and 2 first. And the reason I find that interesting is because in this environment, in this format, the bonus questions are available to everybody. Like in the past, when some of these guys might have competed previously, the bonus questions were a competition. The first one to get it gets points, right? In this case, everyone has access to the bonus questions. So there's no advantage in trying to do it first and steal the points from the other player.
Yeah, good point. So it really just comes down to your own time management. You saw Anders there looking a little either confused or frustrated about something, but still looks like he's working pretty quick here on his puzzle 2 sheet.
Fair enough.
Maybe going for bonus.
We can see Diarmid on the screen at the moment, and no pun intended, he's taken an early lead in all of this. And that's no surprise, to be honest. Like Diarmid scored 5th place in the first round. So if he scores highly here, then he can lock his way into the semifinals very quickly.
Yeah, which we're definitely expecting to see him do that. He's one of the top competitors in the world, and I believe he was ranked #1 overall this season. So there's no question that he'll be at the top of this leaderboard. We assume. Maybe the pressure's on. As we're taking a look at Jack here.
So the scores that we're looking for right now, 180 means that they've finished questions 1 and 2, generally speaking. We've seen a couple of people on 165, and so they've got stuck on one of the pieces in question 2, which I think is probably a common thing. When you're running these puzzles, there are common errors that you're likely to make, so you'll find that a lot of people will end up on the same score, even though they haven't completed it in full, because they've made the same errors.
Yeah.
And that's fine. They just need to find the errors, fix it up quickly, and move on.
Yeah, as we see Jasper here, advanced formula environment, look like he's got all kinds of formulas going with just over 5 minutes into this. Some pretty crazy formulas.
Oh my goodness, what is he doing there? Is this Python?
Oh, maybe it's Python. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I was going to say, what is it?
This is not a common thing you see in Excel, right? Excel has the ability to run Python code, but the majority of people will stay in the grid. They'll stay in lambdas, perhaps, which is what I would normally expect to see in this formula editor. Python, that's a new one. Right?
Yeah, interesting. And he's written all this in just a few minutes, and okay, as we jump over to Kobe here. Kobe's got an XLOOKUP going on level 3. So level 3, we're still on puzzle 1. And with level 3, he's really just solving the first row of the puzzle, essentially what he's doing here, just solving the first row. So that makes it a little easier, right?
That's right, yeah. I mean, the same way that it makes it easier for us because, when we have a puzzle, we look for the edge pieces, right? When you're looking at the first row, it's the same sort of thing. We know all the pieces have different sides, and so the first number is the up side of the puzzle piece. If you're looking at zeros there, that's essentially telling you that it's in the top row.
Okay, looks like he's returned some errors here, some NA errors. So we've got something going on.
That's all right.
Yeah.
While Kobe's on screen, I want to do a quick shout out. He's got a lot of family in the audience, we heard before, but apparently his 5-year-old daughter Avery is staying up late to watch him and give him support. So shout out to Avery for supporting Dad.
That is so cool. Wow. Got the whole family rooting for him. That's awesome. Staying up late to watch Excel games.
I know,
Excel
right?
Esports.
Look, if you're going to play games, this is a great game to play, right?
Yeah.
Teach the kids early.
Yeah, exactly. We see Alexander here also working on level 2 now. So this is about the colors of the puzzle. We haven't really talked about the colors of the puzzle yet, but there's a grayscale color pattern here that they will also solve for to try and get to figure out what this puzzle looks like. So there's a mystery here to what these puzzles actually look like. They actually have a picture that we will hopefully see on screen.
That's right. So the inputs that they've been given are twofold, right? One of them is a set of colors. One of them is a set of puzzle pieces. And the puzzle pieces are essentially that 4 set of numbers. And each color that they're given matches up to one of the puzzle pieces, right? And so it's all jumbled up to start off with. And the idea is that you solve the puzzle, you put all the pieces in the right place, and then you can find what color represents each piece accordingly.
Yeah, amazing. So just more complexity. When you just thought you're solving a puzzle, it's not ever that easy.
Tell you what though, they have half an hour to solve this, right? I've never completed a puzzle in half an hour. So
It's true.
this is probably easier than that.
There you go. Although you didn't have a giant calculator / spreadsheet formula engine, calculation engine to help with your puzzle solving. So
That's it. Yeah. So if you look at the scores, Kobe's taking the lead of the people that we can see on 300. Jack and Alexander are both on 285. 300 is a nice round number. That means that he's solved levels 1 to 3. So he's solved the first row of the puzzle, and he's moving on to solving the entirety of puzzle 1, which is what question 4 is about.
yeah. Yeah, once you get past, I would say, with 20 minutes to go, if you can get to level 4 in 20 minutes to go, you have a good chance here. Because level 4 is going to, or once we get to puzzle 2, it's going to start taking some time. We would assume.
That's it.
Yeah.
Now, I'd really love to see what some of these people with these odd scores are doing. Like, we've seen 285, we're seeing 245, 165. It'd be interesting to see how they're performing. Yeah. Here on the screen, we've got Diamond, who's working his way through level 3 still.
Yeah, interesting. Still through level 3, got 180 points on the board. Looks like he's trying to score it. Let's see if he scores it. Yep, he did. So he's up to 300 points now. Level 3 complete.
It's always hard as well sometimes to judge how players like Diamond are going based on their score alone, because a lot of the time what they're doing, they're investing time into the infrastructure, right? They're setting up formulae, they're setting up lambdas, they're setting up all the things that they're going to need for future calculations. So often what you're going to find is that they take a while to get going, to get some scores running, but then they quickly jump very rapidly afterwards because they're using the same structure to solve multiple steps at a time.
Yeah.
So you can see Diamond's on 440 now, so he's actually solved level 4 as well. He was not content to solve level 3 alone.
Just, yeah, two complete levels really quick. But it does come down to that time management. You're right, because you have to invest that time up front and be comfortable doing that, knowing that the points will come, but you have to set up first.
There is a confidence that you have to be able to do that, right?
Yeah.
So it's what I was saying before. Like, you can sandbag your way through, and you can sort of keep your score low and pop them all in afterwards to try and give the impression that you're not actually doing as well as you are. But I mean, if you do that, you don't get that feedback from the system to tell you, hey, you've got this question wrong. You need to fix up this logic, right? So it's really good to get your answers in, get confirmation that you've done the right thing, move on to the next step.
Yeah, that's a good point. And maybe we'll see that tomorrow night. We have currently just under 19 minutes left in quarterfinal number 2. We're in quarterfinal number 2 right now. We will take the top 16 players through to tomorrow night. And so we have Dearmid and Eljon with 440 points, currently 3rd and 4th here.
Yep.
We see Stevenson working still on puzzle 1. Looks like he has some values there using the filter function.
But it's interesting, he's jumped around a little bit, right? So, I mean, there's still a couple of questions in question 2 he hasn't done. I saw Jack as well, also had one question in question 2 that he hasn't solved yet. And I have a feeling that they've actually fixed the problem. But 5 points, 10 points is not going to make the difference, right? Mm-hmm. And so the amount of time you spend going back and re-implementing your solution on an older question might not be worth as many points as you get just plowing forward and trying to solve the next level.
As long as that error doesn't come back to bite you, right?
Well, I actually think they've fixed the error.
Oh, you think
right?
they did?
I think they fixed it.
I see
they've
what you're
moved
saying.
on, right?
Just not going
and so
back.
if you look at Jack's score, Jack has a score of 425, right? He's actually solved levels 3 and 4, I'm guessing, as well. He's just not solved the one question. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Which we'll see. 5 points could be the difference here. So we'll see how that plays out, or if he has time to fix it at the end.
Of course, as I say that, he fixes the error. And so
there you go.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. So we can see Anders on the screen. Oh, didn't we move on to Diarmid? That's fine.
Diarmid's got some pound value errors there, quite a few of them, but as we know, he'll fix his formula here. Got an X lookup.
Okay, it's worth noting that what he's working on, though, because he's working on question 5, this is now the hard puzzle 2, the 16,000 piece puzzle.
Yeah.
So things get a lot trickier at this point.
Yeah, when Andrew was talking about this at the beginning, and there was mention of possibly duplicate pieces in one space, you heard this almost sigh from the audience.
That's right,
and how
yeah.
evil this is. I think one way you can relate this if you do puzzles at home is a lot of puzzles have a blue sky. And that's an evil puzzle because there's a lot of just blank blue pieces that could all fit in one spot.
That's exactly it, right? And so when you take a puzzle piece, you try and put it down, you think it fits,
Yeah.
but it doesn't quite fit, right? It's not 100% perfect, and so you're not sure whether you're just like shoving it in really hard or whether you're, whether it's actually the right piece.
Yeah.
That's sort of what the issue is here, where when they try and do the edges, they're going to find that some of the pieces could be right, but actually there are several pieces that could fit that same shape.
That is evil. But it'll be fun to watch, that's for sure. So we see Tim here. Tim's still on, looks like on level 4, still working through level 4, so still on puzzle 1 with crazy looking formula there too. Filter function, so that filters come into play a lot here. What are they doing with filter, Tim, in this scenario?
That's a very interesting one. My guess is that, if I was to guess, he's trying to identify all the pieces that are along the top. So he's looking through and seeing which pieces are matching the, that 0 along the top. Filter is going to help him narrow that down so he can just get a list of all the top pieces and hopefully put them in order.
Okay, and probably use the kind of the filter criteria as a toggle. So when he needs to look to the right or left or something, you just toggle that.
Yeah, the problem you find with really long formula like that is that they're hard to debug, right?
Yeah.
So when you make a mistake, when you're getting that like pound name error that he was getting before, it's like, how do you know which part of the formula that error is occurring in? So it's a struggle, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We saw Jack out in front with 5-10 for a minute there at first place, but now back to third. So we have some big scores out there. Again, if you're just tuning in for quarterfinal number 2 here, we have 64 players on the floor. We're currently looking at the 12 that are on the stage, but we do have 64 players competing right now. We're going to take the top 16 of their combined scores from quarterfinal 1 and quarterfinal 2 to go into the semifinals tomorrow night. And we'll be breaking that down at the end of this, so make sure to hang out to the end to see who is moving on to semifinals tomorrow night to take on our top 8 competitors.
That's right.
We saw a few of those, Andrew Nye, Michael Jarman before.
Yeah.
We'll be talking more about them, so make sure to hang out for that.
All right. So of our 12 players on stage, I can see Jack's taken a big lead. He's got 560 pieces, 560 points. I've got pieces on the mind. And so what's basically happened here? He's solved puzzle 1 and he's gone back to do the bonus questions. And bonus questions 1 to 3.
Ooh,
you can see the visualization. This is puzzle 1. So everybody, well done completing puzzle 1 to Jack.
Yeah.
Alrighty. But going back and finishing bonus questions 1 to 3 is really useful. Because, if you get stuck, right, you can see a lot of people are at that point where they're getting to, they've finished level 4, they're trying to get to level 5, not making headway yet. Getting the bonuses is a really good way of locking that in.
Yeah.
Right?
And we see he got it. He got, we won't say it out loud, but he got the score there. For bonus 4, which is amazing. So you're right. Now he can work back at level 5 and keep adding points. 620 is a great number. Again, we'll be combining quarterfinal 1 score with quarterfinal 2. So we'll take a look at that at the end.
That's it.
So here we see Alexander with text join. Again, we have that string, right, of these piece numbers. And they have to do some splitting there. So we're seeing the text split function a bit, text join to join it back here.
Mm-hmm. Although it's really interesting what he's trying to do here because he's combining the colors together. So I don't quite know what he's trying to aim for there.
Interesting.
But for people who were tuning in and trying to work out how did they get the colors working in the puzzle, there's actually a really cool feature in Excel called conditional formatting. And so what's going on behind the scenes here? We saw from the case introduction that each of the different numbers between 0 and 255 are a different point on the grayscale between black and white. And effectively, there's a conditional formatting tool in the back end that says, hey, between these numbers, change the scale from black to white. And so when you put the numbers in place, the colors appear automatically, and that shows us what the picture is.
Yeah, and as Andrew said at the beginning, Harry Gross, the author of this case, is definitely a genius for not only creating this, but also thinking through adding conditional formatting here into this and how you can use that to light up a puzzle or essentially fill in a puzzle.
That's right. I mean, we talked a lot about how a lot of the big name players are missing from this round, unfortunately, because they've been knocked out previously in the earlier on in the competition.
Yeah.
Harry is probably one of those. He'd be one that you'd be expecting to be competing right now, right? So,
yeah, it's too bad he's not here to
that's
compete.
right. But grateful that we've got cases like this to be able to watch and see.
Yeah, and as another top player, Diarmid Early is up there in first place with 780 points. So that kind of gives us an idea of what the score is right now with just over 10 minutes to go. We have Diarmid out in front, working on level 7. So he's completed all 6 levels, no bonus points, but all 6 levels are working on level 7. Wow.
Have a look, 945 points. So he has put in a lot of level 7. He's not quite got them all right.
Yeah.
But he's very, very close to getting it.
We're going to see the puzzle, I hope, which is cool for our audience to see the puzzle.
Yeah, I mean,
puzzle 2.
I'm actually wondering, does he have enough of level 7 complete to be able to get the puzzle?
Very good point.
Because you need to get it accurately, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know
It'd be
if that'll
interesting
be
to see what that looks like with about, like you said, about 75% complete. Oh, now he's going back to bonuses.
Well, he's going to lock in his lead, right?
Yeah. Smart. We want to see the puzzle, but he doesn't care. He just wants points. He just needs
That's right.
points.
He just needs to win. That's all he needs.
Yeah. Yeah. And here's Kareem with 420 points.
All right.
He's working his way through it. You can see a little concerned. He got the bonus there though. So that was not as challenging as I thought it would be.
Now that's interesting though, because he's got the bonus question there. He's got the puzzle that's sort of laid out nicely, but he doesn't have points for question 4 yet. So it makes me think that he just needs to solve the actual question itself and load it in.
Yeah.
So
right.
he's got the answers. He just needs to put them in now.
Okay.
So here we go. He's going to lock it in.
That's
all the
140
points.
Okay. That bumps him up. 560.
Alrighty, so he's got his points for puzzle 1. He can move on to puzzles 2.
Looks like Jack's got 780. Just scored some points there. All 4 bonuses as well.
Yes, that's right. The 5th bonus question requires you to actually solve the second puzzle, though. So you need to finish all the levels before you can actually do that.
Before we can see that beautiful puzzle that we want to see.
That's right.
Well, maybe we'll see it here. We'll see if Dim has 1,095. So getting close to. Needs those maybe 25% of level 7. And he's also missing bonus 1, which is interesting.
There we go. We're so close to seeing the puzzle. Look at that. My goodness.
You're right. Well, can he figure it out with that much?
Yeah, you probably can. There you go. He's found it.
Got it.
There you go. 5th bonus question.
So as Andrew said at the beginning, they can use a Bing search here to figure out what that painting is.
That's it.
And they need to determine what year the artist painted the painting. So Dearman's got that there.
So he's got 70
Very
points.
good.
He's got 8 minutes to get the remaining, 85 points?
Yeah, perfect score. Let's see it. He's got plenty of time.
That's it.
Why not? He will go through. But we have to see what our other competitors do.
That's exactly right. All right. We've got Stevenson now.
Yeah.
Who unfortunately is languishing at the bottom but of our 12 at the moment. But you can see he's working. He's trying to solve, I think, question 4 by the looks of it.
Yeah.
He's trying to get all the pieces around question 3. There you go. So he hasn't skipped it.
The interesting thing about these too is that all of these different cases require different skills. I mean, obviously we've seen a lot. Tonight we're seeing 2 cases where some string splitting or text splitting is required. But some of these competitors are going to have strong suits in other solving techniques, and this might not be one of them for Stevenson.
That's right. I mean, one of the things I actually like about the way that this quarterfinals are structured, where you've got this aggregate score of the two finals, is that sometimes you just don't gel with the case, right? So we see, Diarmid taking a huge lead this time. Previous case, he was not first place, right?
Right.
And I suspect that, like, for a lot of people, there are some cases that kind of speak to them more, that they score better in, and some cases they perform worse in, right? And so having the aggregate across two games gives them a good opportunity that you might have a bad case or something that doesn't gel with you on the first game, you've got a chance to make it up in the second.
Yeah, I really like this format because of that. Now, as we saw, it took a lot to get just to this point, just to be in this group of 64. Again, we do have 64 players on the floor right now. And here we're seeing Jasper again with some Python. Oh, no, maybe he's now... Yeah, interesting. I would love to learn more about how he's solving this one.
I think this is Python, right? Solving bonus question 1 based on the name of his Python code there. You can see he's actually done a partial solve of level 7, done a partial solve of levels 2 and 5. Again, I think these are the cases where it's not worth the points to go back to try and solve them. You might as well just keep pushing on and try and get maximum points in subsequent levels.
And see, it's 864 points. It is working for him.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But we've come a long way, I think, because when this competition first ran in 2001, I remember Harry, actually, being the case author, he was writing this big, long VBA code to try and solve I think it was the quarterfinals, actually, back then.
Okay, yeah.
And, it's come around full circle, where now we've got people who are writing Python code to try and solve his case that he's written. So
yeah.
I think that's really cool.
That is cool. Just 5 minutes to go. We have some members of the Microsoft team here. I'm sure they'll be excited to see Python being used. Oh, here we go. Diarmid solved the full painting. He's still working them through level 7. There we go.
Full marks,
wow. 1250. End early.
Living up to his name.
Wow.
Well done, Diarmid.
I think, and he walks off the stage. Done. Gonna go take a break, get a beer.
Get sheet
for
done,
the evening.
right?
Clock out. I think that, if I saw it right, it's about 4 minutes and 42 seconds left with the complete solve.
That's it.
Pretty incredible.
Let's see if we get another one, because there are people who have made really good progress through level 7. It'd be interesting to see if they can solve it in the next 4 minutes.
Yeah, it's a great point. Jack's in 3rd with 960, so we do have someone on the floor in 2nd that could be close, could be really close. And I think Jack
is trying to copy down
just
all
under
of these
4 minutes. He looks like he's going to post some scores here, so I don't know if those are going to be the ones, but we'll see.
It's a bit interesting.
Yeah, looks like he might paste in something into puzzle 2. That's what Jack's working on right now.
Mm-hmm.
Again, the puzzle with the duplicate pieces here.
It's difficult. Right?
Yeah.
So you see columns E and F, he's got a whole bunch of zeros down there. I'm assuming these are the edge pieces, right? Or there's somewhere to try and identify those as edge pieces.
Yeah, and then still have to figure out where they all fit.
Yes, yes.
Incredible, yeah. Well, Diarmid figured it out, so it is possible. We know that much.
That's it.
And now we have Anders. Anders also struggling on this one. Just on level 4 right now, but hey, there's still 3 minutes left. Not an easy case.
If you're just tuning in and you're looking at the screen and you're trying to work out what does this _1 _right sort of mean, I'm guessing these are lambdas that are being created by Anders to make it easier to try and identify. Are you looking at side 1, side 2, side 3, side 4, right? So I'm assuming that RI stands for right, DN is down, there's probably an _1 up, and I reckon that's probably tools to kind of extract out the information that you need.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or also his maybe named ranges?
That could be it, actually. That's a really good point, yeah.
Yeah, maybe on those, maybe columns BV, yeah.
Interesting. There you go.
Wow. Well.
Thank you, Anders. He listened to us.
Yeah, amazing. Just over 2 minutes to go. If you're just tuning in, we are on quarterfinal number 2. We're going to take the top 16 competitors with combined scores from quarterfinal 1 and quarterfinal 2. So even though you're seeing a leaderboard now, that's not going to be our final leaderboard. We're going to break all that down in just a few minutes here. So hang out, and we'll see who's joining us tomorrow night for the semifinals and finals.
That's right. So I think the qualifying, like the top 16 scored 650 points in round 1, right?
Yeah.
So if we look roughly around round 2, so Karim is at 31st place across the group. It's about 620 points. So this seems like a slightly harder case on average, right?
Yeah,
across the
great
group.
point.
Obviously, we've got some much higher scores this time. Dim's managed to do a full solve. There are 2 other people between Dim and Jasper as well. So getting some very top-heavy scores, I think.
Yeah, quite a spread. You're right. Yeah, there's quite a difference here. And we'll see how that all breaks down with the top 10 or top 12. But yeah, okay, so Anders is putting in. Anders just throwing a guess. Love it. That's a good guess.
Yep,
If you're going to guess
give it a
painter,
try, right?
That's a good guess.
Suck it and see how you go.
Yeah, love that. There's 45 seconds left. Throwing in some Hail Marys.
I love it.
The year could be long ago.
I mean, it was long ago, but that's not the answer to this bonus question, right?
Yeah. The round between is going to be a tough one on that.
Yeah, look, I still love it though, and credit to Anders, he's still having fun despite where he's at the competition at the moment,
Yeah.
right? So, kudos to you, mate.
And Jasper in second place with the Python solve. I think that's a flex right there. Just has that in his tool belt too, along with everything else to get here. It doesn't mean you use Python every single time.
That's it. Well, we've got 5 seconds left on the clock.
Let's count it down. 3, 2, 1.
Time is up.
Right. Well, we're seeing our competitors here still working, right? They can't just put the keyboard down just yet. They got to figure this thing out.
That's exactly it, right?
Yeah.
Right.
See where they went wrong.
You get a puzzle, you're trying to solve it, and someone tells you your time's up. I mean, you're going to want to try and solve it anyway, right? You're not going to be beaten by a puzzle,
We're
right?
going to be up all night looking at this thing. This painting. 2 puzzles.
Yeah, I mean, for the people who are progressing through to the next round, I hope they're not staying up all night trying to finish this because they've got 3 competitions tomorrow to do. So,
and by the way, we haven't really talked about the semifinals and finals tomorrow, but we have big names. We all before the event or before this quarterfinal 2, we saw Andrew Nye in the stands. He was our champion for 3 years before Michael Jarman took the championship last year in 2024. So who knows who's going to win tomorrow night, but definitely a rivalry there. Will Andrew regain his throne? We'll crown him champion again?
that's definitely right.
Or will it be someone completely new?
Well, I mean, there are 8 competitors who have been pre-qualified through to the semifinals. The top 16 here are going to compete as well. So there'll be a total of 24 in competitions. I mean, there's a lot of competition there. There's a long way to go before you can lift that belt again.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we're going to check out our leaderboard now. Let's see the results. Drum roll, here we go. Okay, so combined scores. Jasper takes first, Gene in second, and Dermot in third. And again, we're taking our top 16 here into tomorrow night's semifinals. So lots of great scores here. Everything over 1,500 there about. We had, looks like Nick and Ha come in just under that, but just enough with 1,490 to get through to tomorrow night. Amazing.
There's some really great scores, right? I got an average of 745 across both rounds. That's incredible.
Yeah, well, like we said, it's all going to go down tomorrow night. So make sure to set it in your calendar. Bookmark the live stream right now, whatever you need to do to join us tomorrow night for the semifinals and finals.
That's right. We will be live streaming on YouTube, on ESPN3, I believe, as well. So please come and check us out. Before the MEWC semifinals, there will also be the MECC finals as well. So make sure you check those out too.
That's our collegiate level. Lots of fun to watch those competitors as well. So yeah, join us tomorrow night where we're going to be crowning champions.
Absolutely.
Thank you all for joining us tonight, and we will see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Boom.
Good job.
Since our finance team got data rails, Gary isn't just FP&A. He's the finance whisperer. You know, in this office, Beyonce's big. Gary's bigger.
The board wants real-time numbers, and Gary gives it to them instantly. It's like he's reading their minds. And mine. Oh no.
Gary, if you could just stop. I used to chase financial data for days. Now, DataRails hands me cash flow, P&L, balance sheet in minutes. Some people chase numbers. Numbers chase me. And yeah, I know what you're thinking. You want this superpower too. Book a DataRails demo today.
The CFA program is your pathway to becoming a globally recognized investment professional. The Microsoft Excel World Championship is not just a competition. It's where future investment industry leaders rise, where modeling meets strategy and strategy meets opportunity. The CFA program builds the foundation backed by the global benchmark in investment education. Chart your course. Set the standard. CFA Institute.